morning, afternoon, evening, leisure. Wow, I fucked up my own intro. That's a great way to start this off. By the time this goes up on YouTube, it will be 2026. But as of right now, it is just December 27th, 2025. And I would do this like literally on like I think New Year's morning is usually how I do this. Okay. Hello, it's me. Looking at me. Let's listen to what I have to say, shall we? Good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, friends and foes. I am Marcus Future, and this is my 10th year retrospective. I completely forgot at the start of this year. I decided I tried to do something different with the intro. I think it's the only time I did that, actually. The timing of this one is different because I actually bothered to look at the date of my first upload this time and go a bit closer to that. It's true. I started this year. 2025. I started combining the yearly retrospective with my New Year's video, and so now that's just one thing. Now that's this. That happened to be in January, so this is effectively going to double as my New Year video going forward. There's a lot to go over because a lot of content on this channel will be going away as part of my attempt to refocus this channel going forward, but more on that a little bit later. The bulk of this video will be a lot like my previous retrospectives, but I'll be attempting to bump up the production value a notch. Yada yada yada. I'm going to be taking this one year at a time. I've come up with a title for each year that sums up the
What we want to look at is this. This is what we really want to look at.
I've mentioned a few times that a large number of videos on this channel are getting slashed. A lot of these videos that I'll be deleting are simply videos that I feel aren't contributing anything. They aren't adding to the focus of my channel going forward. They aren't preserving information about something I once cared about. They are, by and large, low-quality videos that I no longer wish to have around. Now, a lot of career YouTubers that have hit their 10th year of making content recently seem to be talking about when they'll be retiring from this line of work for them. Of course, the difference between them and myself is that I've never succeeded. That and, well, most of them started making content in their late teens to early 20s. I first uploaded when I was 11. I was still a kid, infantile compared to who I am today. In my effort to burn away many of those early year items is not a sign of me throwing in the towel. This is my dedication to a new era of my content creation. While I'm not about to claim that I'm niching down, at least not entirely, I am refocusing my efforts to limit the scope of content that I post on this channel. It's been really difficult, by the way. It's been really difficult to kind of like limit down what I put onto the channel because I'm a complex person. I enjoy very many things, and YouTube is not a thing that likes when people are complex. I have something I want to say about that in a later thing. I'll probably talk about that in a video in the future, probably, and it'll be kind of ironic to do, wouldn't it? Ultimately, that means playthroughs are going to become kind of a back burner item. From here on, there will be no main playthroughs on the main channel. I will finish the things I've started, likely at a slower pace. That means Gaia's Melody and Phantasy Star 4 will be the only ones posted to the main channel going forward. Gunvolt is more of an editing project to me. I wanted to make it more of like a highlight style content. I didn't make one of those this year. I'm so bad at Gunvolt, guys. I'm so bad at Extra Strike Gunvolt. I would like for my primary content in the future to be video essays, stories, and most importantly, devlogs. While I have slowed down how often I post updates on New Dawn, that's because the actual mechanical development of the game is basically done. I front-loaded all of it. I just have to make the scenes, skills, assets, enemies, and such. Fucking heavy emphasis on that assets bit. Holy shit, dude. That's what I've spent most of this year trying to do, and it's taken me so long, and that's why I made so little progress. To create the actual content of the game. That's boring, I think. It is very. There just isn't much to talk about as there was in the start. I also like the vlogs to be a bit longer in the future so they can be significant content as my upload schedule slows down. Games that have not been uploaded to YouTube simply because I've been doing art, and the art portions of my streams tend to stumble into copyright hell. It's just how it be. So with that,
we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take a look at some of the content that I did put out this year. And we're just gonna talk about it. You know, that's what we're gonna do. You feel? Okay. So this is where we start. Alright, immediately after that, we get into...
This is the start of an actual YouTube video. Good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, ladies and gentlemen, and otherwise, my name is Marcus Future. You can call me.
Immediately after that, I kick Lashik's ass. And that takes up most of this video. We get a little more done after that. But, there's not much to remark on with Phantasy Star 4 that I haven't said already. I really think it's a good game. It is in my top 10 games of all time now. I really love Phantasy Star 4. But, what is interesting to note is this.
Phantasy Star is a franchise that spans back to an era before the term JRPG. A time before there were oodles of Dragon Quests, Final Fantasies, Trails or Tales.
The Phantasy Star 1 video essay of sorts is one of my more popular videos now. Not one of my most popular. It's still down, I think, somewhere around like rank 7 and 10. But it did pretty well. It did really well. I'm glad it did so well because I spent a fair bit of time both on making it and recording and editing. Of course, there was a problem with some of the recording in that apparently whatever file that the Nintendo Switch saves for screen recordings is not compatible with DaVinci Resolve, so I could only use screenshots. Which, you know, that sucks. But I'm glad I liked doing this. This was a lot of fun. This one's interesting because it's a playthrough journal, which yeah, it took me a long time to beat Phantasy Star 1. And I probably still wouldn't have if I hadn't actually committed to making this video. Just because it gets kind of rough in the middle, but it's a classic. I like Phantasy Star 1. And then, yeah, we got the Winter 2025 devlog, which comes with the early demo, which you can still get, by the way. Here's the fucking, this shit, I hated that. I had to redub most of this episode. I think it's right at the start, too.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, ladies, gentlemen, and otherwise. My name is Marcus Future, and welcome back to Phantasy Star 4, End of the Millennium. Last time, we defeated Dark Falls again. But now we have to find the profound darkness in Soldier Temple. But before we do that, there's somewhere I want to go.
Oh, where is it? Where's the part where I start having to dub over it?
Told them not to do it, but my two daughters made a raft and they headed to the mainland to do some shopping at the market. And then we turn that in. Skip 30 seconds here. Yeah.
I think I'm dubbing over it at this point. I had to redub most of this video. That sucked. Then we met Seth, and then we killed Seth, and then we made a video on Phantasy Star 2. This one didn't do nearly as well as Phantasy Star 1, and I'm kind of shocked at that, because the Phantasy Star 2 video playthrough did pretty well back then. Hi, Thunder! I think, yeah, like, Phantasy Star 2's final episode got as many views as the Phantasy Star 1 video, which is interesting. The Phantasy Star 2 video did not do as well, which, yeah, I guess there's something to be said about that. Hey, someone's using my hello emote. Hey. Yeah, so we made the Phantasy Star 2 video, we kept going. Oh, wait, no, I did. I did make a video on the, an Azure Striker video this year. Alright, I'm not a complete failure when it comes to progressing on things. I just haven't really touched that game terribly much. This video was kind of my magnum opus for the year, I feel like. Actually, I forgot about that. I forgot what does it mean to fail. The weird rant about the World Wide Web was, I had a lot of fun with it, mostly because that is that was a video I made mostly because of the website. The website, which I need to update more often. It's kind of been lacking for a little bit. I think this is up to date at the very least. Yeah, okay. Alright. But I had a lot of fun making that. There was someone in here, I think they commented in Russian, under this video, I think.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, ladies, gentlemen, and
Yeah.
otherwise. My name is Marcus Future.
Moving on past that, we had to do the fears, we had to do the towers, and then we finished Phantasy Star 4, which, it kind of went out with a bit of a wet fart in terms of views. I guess people didn't really care about me finishing Phantasy Star 4. Granted, Phantasy Star 4 was kind of petering out for a while, and that was part of why I decided not to keep doing dedicated playthrough content on the YouTube channel, is because people don't care anymore. I don't know if it's just YouTube doesn't care, or if I suck at doing it, or what have you, but it's just not the content anymore. I made my first art in a story in years this year, I think. Where was the previous art in a story? I think it was. Yeah, okay. Art in a Story. I think that this is my first one. Actually, that's 2 years ago versus 8 months ago. So it was a little over a year. This one was fun. This is actually one of the designs that I sell. Then we have the class at Rock Bottom, which is a game jam game that I made in a week, I think it was. I think because it was a longer game jam, which is why it has its own original music. And for some reason, this one got popped off in views. I wasn't expecting that. I entirely uploaded that just because I wanted to be able to access that music a little bit later. Because I felt like I was probably going to, I'm eventually going to lose those files. Like, it's gonna happen. I'm thinking about trying to maybe re-export them, put them on Bandcamp or something, just so that other people can have them, use them. I don't know. If that's something to be interested in, let me know. Because I don't see a problem with it. Then we talk about my least favorite Phantasy Star game, Phantasy Star 3, and that popped off because negativity is so very popular on YouTube. I try not to be a negative person. I like to talk about things that I like. But by God, people watched the Phantasy Star 3 video where where I'm suffering the whole time because Phantasy Star 3 sucks. It sucks so bad. If you've never played Phantasy Star 3, good. Continue not doing that. If you're like, well, what about the story? Because isn't 1 through 4 connected? Yeah, it is, except for 3. You don't have to play Phantasy Star 3. Ever. The Spring 2025 devlog is mostly me talking about the fact that I made Class at Rock Bottom and wasn't able to work on this game hardly at all. The Phantasy Star 4 video also went out like a wet fart. I partially blame the thumbnail on
Phantasy
this.
Star 4 1 day ago. Try it.
Yeah, there it is. I had no idea how much further I had to go to kill this thing.
Let's go!
Otherwise, I probably would just had Ren attack.
GG's. Already,
Yeah.
I think this may have become
Yeah, that video didn't get very much love. I'm a little upset about that.
Many
but
years.
only a little bit. Only a little upset. Yeah, nine views. It did not do very well, especially like even compared to the Phantasy Star 3 or 1 video, and even compared to the Phantasy Star 2 video. I was talking about how I was replacing a fair few assets. I'm still working on that. The bulk of the ground tiles has been done. It has been done for a while. It's been done as of the time of that video, and yeah. There was the whole itch situation, which just pisses me off a bit.
Luckily, things have kind of improved, but also not really because we have a fucking monopoly on our money. Yeah, it's a load of crap. And I talked about I did something weird. This is a fucking left turn from my usual content. I talked about sports games, purely because I had picked up a football game, and I was like, oh, this is really neat. Why does it feel like so many people hate these things so much? Then this stuff is all from the last month. I kind of fucking fell off the face of the earth after the RTP video. My goal was to buckle down for this time for those for that period of time and really get into hopefully having a demo ready version of the game by this fall. I knew that was one of my goals for the year, and I didn't reach it, as you can see. Then we did a Phantasy Star Online video. That's done pretty well. This one's only 9 days old as of recording, morning, afternoon, evening, and it has done no numbers. The people do not care about Getter Robo, which is sad because I love Getter Robo. Getter Robo is cool. I actually wanted to take this one. I had the idea to take this one and split it up and put it into shorts, but I had a lot of difficulty getting music for them. And also with trying to make YouTube shorts because it's fucking hell. Make YouTube shorts when you are someone who primarily uses PCs. It's so weird. It's so weird because like YouTube has become a place for fairly highly produced content, right? And that's easier to do on a computer. But they want the shorts to be this thing that's like a mobile thing, I guess. Which I know there are video editors on mobile, I just don't use them. And so it's just kind of, it feels weird, and so it's a weird clash that you can't use audios on desktop. Like if you go to upload a short, you can't use audios. You'd have to upload that through the mobile app to be able to give it an audio. But if you upload something that has the audio that is an audio on YouTube Shorts, but you upload it, blocked everywhere immediately. I was like, okay, fuck you, I guess? What the hell? But that's the YouTube side of things. That's been the stuff that I produced. I didn't really upload all that many videos, all things considered. Let's count this. So it's 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 29, 30. I uploaded 30 videos. 30 videos isn't too bad for a year of output where I explicitly said I was ratcheting things down. And you know, it'll probably continue to go down because I'm not doing Phantasy Star 4 anymore. So now it's mostly stuff that's more edited. Unless I finally buck up and actually go back to that's one thing I haven't done this year. Holy shit. I didn't do Gaia's Melody at all this year. That's crazy. It's now been a full year since I've done Gaia's Melody. 45 episodes in, and I have kind of given up on Gaia's Melody. It had a really strong start, but at the end it was kind of like the story is nice. I love the story. But the game, the playing the game, boy, do you sure have to. But yeah, I really like that this video did really well. If we go to popular, most of the videos here are actually from this year. This one's still up there, which is nice. I don't understand why this one's up here. I don't think anyone's actually watched most of that. But yeah, like number 1, number 5, number 6, number 7 are all of the top like 10 are all from this year. Alright, I see actually Phantasy Star 1's just barely outside the top 10. I do think it's interesting. This is my most popular video. You can call me the Timeline Man, and welcome, which is the web revival or personal web. You may have heard this floating around. I've seen more and more videos of it every day. I had a script that I was writing about it, but I hate There's like a thing to say about like there might be some motions to try to kind of kill the personal web revival by the government. Wants to do, you know, various ID laws that suck bad. You know, but they won't listen to people, so what do you know? But that only encompasses half of this show. Many years. I think I talked about the TikTok stuff in like year 9 last. I really haven't touched it. I really do not be using TikTok to upload shit anymore, like at all. But if we go over here, I think now we're going to talk about planning for 2026. Let's talk about what we want to get done in 2026. Okay. So let's talk about what exactly we're going to want to get done. All right. So let's put these under a couple categories here, shall we? Put this under heading 1. We're going to put realistic goals. Right? Find one new event to vend at. Sunset, not Sunset of the Elements. New Dawn for the Elements. Full demo release. I think that's a realistic goal to try to get that out. What else would be a realistic goal? I don't have any. Next, we're actually going to be talking about my big plan for 2026, and that is New Year, new stream. Initiative. The New Year, new stream initiative has a couple of components to it. The first is workflow, Wednesdays, start adding new stream stuff. New overlays. New overlays, emotes. What else do I want to talk about for the New Year New Stream initiative? Oh yeah, timeline, Robo, PNG tuber. Maybe new Marcus PNG. Whoops. The other part of this is Straturday. So Straturday is basically I want to kind of narrow down some of the focus of some of the variety streams. So Saturday streams are now going to be primarily Straturdays. Straturdays are strategy games, so that will be things like probably also including like strategy games that I've already beaten before. So like Super Robot Wars 30 could show up again. You know, we could take another 3 years on that. This is also variety streams devoted to every sometimes. The variety streams I've known this for a bit, but I'm like I've acted in a way that's like this is part of like who I want to be. Is that variety streams are very swing heavy. Because people tend to come to Twitch to watch someone play. If they're looking for someone new, they're looking for someone who plays a game that they care about, right? Or a type of game that they care about. I love video games so much. I like all sorts of video games. Granted, I am primarily an RPG type of person, but I like bullet hells. There are some platformers I really like, even though I suck at them. I suck at platformers so bad, guys. Like, the new Mega Man looks sick as hell. I'm probably not going to buy it because I know damn well I'm not going to be able to beat it. But like, I love rhythm games. I love there's I recently started playing Marvel Rivals with a friend of mine, and like, it's fun. It reminds me, like, oh shoot, I forgot. I actually like hero shooters. um, Mostly because like I didn't like Overwatch after Paladins kind of started going blah back in towards the end of high school. I tried playing Overwatch and I didn't really like Overwatch. But that's just how that is. So I want to kind of focus this in on things. Um, so now we will have 2 playthroughs going on the stream at any given time. We will have the Saturdays playthrough and the RPG Sunday playthrough. That way I could kind of, I'm niching down, and part of that is like I don't really like that idea. Is like, but I still want to be me, right? That's always been my sort of thing about niching down. Is like, if I niche down, then I'm stripping away parts of myself in my expression. I don't like doing that. I don't like doing that at all. But here's the thing: is I'm basically just kind of prioritizing the things I like more. Because, like I said, I love video games. There are video games I like more. There are genres of video games I like more. Kind of like there's genres of music I like more. Like, I like music. I like all sorts of music. But, like, I'm probably going to be less picky about house music. I like house and Vocaloid type music. That's sort of like electro, drum and bass, jungle, that kind of stuff. I like that stuff more than probably, like, more pop music. Pop music and like electro music, electronic music is kind of like how well, it was for a little bit like a blurred line there, but I'm also getting off topic. I love so many things, and I like to show them off, which is why I'm not getting rid of the variety streams, and you'll pry them out of my cold dead hands. But by moving things to more playthroughs, it also means I kind of run into the awkward situation that's happened a few times on the we're gonna skip this. Okay. Yeah. Which is that, like, RPGs and strategy games come up on the variety streams, and it's like I don't know what to do. It's because, like, it's either a game that I've started playing off stream, and it's like I could just throw you into that, which is what I've done with Rebirth 3, Neptunia Rebirth 3. It's just like, screw you guys, you don't get context. It's Neptunia. If you really care about context, leave. But like with like. Or I can start them on a variety stream, but it's like, oh, but I kind of want them to be playthroughs. So I'm moving to do more playthrough stuff. It's because I think it'd be more fun to do playthroughs. More fun for me. I think I would just enjoy it more with those. Whereas variety streams, if I can keep that to the games that work more in bite-sized bits, kind of like the bullet hells. Honestly, even Gunvolt probably works a little bit better in these little bits. Roguelikes, shooters, stuff like that. They're all fun. I like doing them. And, it also gives me a chance to just put PSO2 into the schedule every once in a while. Because, that is like kind of like part of this is like the variety streams also get to just be theme days sometimes as it stands right now, which is usually it becomes it's Phantasy Star time. It's Phantasy Star. I fantasy on your stars. And that's what I've been doing most of the time. But like variety streams are still going to show up. Like I said, it's just going to become a an every sometimes sort of thing. And an every sometimes is when I don't want to play the playthrough games, or potentially on Workflow Wednesdays. I'm realizing I kind of do Workflow Wednesdays kind of get cut a little short because I kind of like I force myself into like, hey, we gotta do the workflow stream. Come on, do the workflow thing. And so they get kind of cut short, shorter than they need to be. Part of that is because I've been leaving earlier for work on Wednesdays, because that's also when comics release, and a friend of mine started getting me into comics, and now I buy comics now. So that's me now. I guess this might as well happen. But so that's the New Year New Stream initiative. And now we go and let's add moonshots. What should our moonshots be? Twitch partner. It's probably not going to happen. There's no one even in here right now. I'm so far away from Twitch partner. Any FTE full release. That demo ain't even out yet. This is almost certainly not happening, but I'm not gonna put it off the table. What else? What other like crazy shit could I come up with? I don't know. I think this works as our list for 2026. This is the 2026 plan. All right. I kind of fuck with it. Sorry, I really need to come up with a better overlay for this. So yeah, I think this is a pretty solid plan. And that takes us out to an hour of stream, and also the part where I can say goodbye to YouTube, because we're done with the New Year's stuff. Even though it's not the New Year's yet as I'm recording. So, yay.